Good morning, this is Kasturi Day. In my last video, I was discussing about the question answer section of the energy chapter according to ICSE syllabus class 7. It's a physics chapter. Okay, so one question I had doubt. I told you that I will discuss in the next video. It is that solar energy provides wind, tidal, energy of the sea waves, or all of these. Solar energy provides all of these. Okay, because of the solar energy, wind also is created, tidal waves are created, even the energy of the sea waves are created due to this solar energy. So all of these are provided by the solar energy. Now I come to the rest of the question answer section, that is the fill in the blanks I'll start with today. The mechanical energy exists and a dash energy. Exists dash and dash energy. Okay. So the answer is in kinetic and potential energy. The kinetic energy of a book lying on the table is 0. Energy can neither be dash nor dash, created nor destroyed. Energy obtained from electric cell is called electrical energy. The SI unit of energy is joule. The stretched rubber band of a catapult possesses elastic potential energy. The energy of the food that we eat is stored as chemical energy. The sound energy is produced when we strike a drum. Plants use the light energy to from the sun to prepare their food. An electric fan converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Cooking gas converts chemical energy into heat energy. Then energy possessed by a compressed being is potential energy. The ability to do work is called energy. Then the energy possessed by a body due to its position is potential energy. The energy possessed by a body due to its motion is called the kinetic energy. Green plants convert light energy into chemical energy. An object falling freely from the roof of the multi-storied building has dash and dash energy when halfway down the building, potential and kinetic energy. When a force causes dash in its own dash, work is said to be done. Force causes displacement in its own direction. When two stones are struck, the mechanical energy changes into heat energy and light energy due to the force of friction. The nucleus of an dash has an enormous amount of energy which holds the dash and dash together. An atom has an enormous amount of energy which holds the protons and neutrons together. Now give reasons for the answer. A stretched rubber band hurts when released suddenly, as it has more elastic potential energy which gets stored in the band. When we are stretching the rubber band, we are applying some force on the rubber band. So from our energy, we are working on the rubber band. So our energy gets stored in the form of elastic potential energy in the rubber band. Okay, and when it is released, it has that much of energy that it can move with great speed. Okay, it can move a stone with great speed so that it can hurt us. The small ball is traveling at high speed and it hits the glass. The glass will shatter. A small ball which is traveling at high speed has more kinetic energy. Okay, when it is traveling at high speed, it has more kinetic energy, so it can hit hard and it can shatter the glass. Then an axe cuts the wood only when it is lifted and then struck. When axe is lifted, it gets more potential energy. Because when we are lifting the axe, we are applying some force on some work we are doing on the axe. And our energy goes to that X where it gets stored as potential energy. So when the X is so with more energy, when it is striking the wood, it gets cut. Okay. Now construction of the dams is necessary in a hydroelectric plant. The dams are constructed in a hydroelectric plant because the water in a dam possesses more potential energy. As water in the dam is stored at a height, so at that time it gets more potential. It gets more potential energy which is stored inside the water. So it is above the ground, and when the gates of the dam are opened, water falls from a height and falls to a lower side of the dam, which gets the speed where the water gets more speed because it has more potential energy, and when it is flowing down, it gets more kinetic energy. The potential energy of water gets transformed into kinetic energy of the flowing water, and when this falls on the wheels of the turbine, it starts the generator and produces electricity. Okay, now we come to match the following. Okay, first, energy needed for photosynthesis is the B, that is light energy. Energy in boiled water is heat energy. Energy in food is chemical energy. Energy in vibrating object is sound energy. Then calorie is 4.186 joules. Burning of charcoal, heat energy. Coil spring in a water is elastic potential energy. Vibrating bodies, it is sound energy. It produces sound energy, matches with sound energy. Then magnets have magnetic energy. Then running water, kinetic energy, it has kinetic energy. Energy is joule. Then sound energy, vibrations. Nuclear energy, atom bomb. Okay. Statements given below are incorrect. Write the correct statement. Okay. Now a student holding a heavy school bag on his shoulder and standing still does work. A force is applied. Answer is a force is applied in the form of a school bag which is acting downward on the boy. But there is no displacement due to the force. But this work is done on the boy. Okay, because a force is applied on the boy in the form of the school bag. But due to this force, there is no displacement. He is not moving. He is standing. So no work is done. Okay. Now the amount of energy spent is storing a brick at the top of the building is stored in the brick in the form of kinetic energy. No, it is in the form of potential energy. Okay. Now the total amount of work done by a body is numerically equal to its power, no, equal to its energy. Then if the displacement caused by a force is at right angles to the direction of the applied force, work is said to be done. No, this is false because the displacement should be in the direction of the force applied. Okay. Now the thunder of cloud shakes the buildings, which suggests that light is the form of energy which is capable of doing work. No, thunder of the cloud, which suggests that sound is a form of energy because thunder produces sound and lightning produces light. So thunder produces sound, which is a form of energy which is capable of shaking the buildings. Okay. Now when a torch is switched on, the electrical energy of the cells changes into light energy. Now the electrical energy of the cells, that is the cells which are kept inside the battery cells, which are kept inside the torch, they have chemical energy. Okay, that chemical energy changes to electrical energy, and that changes into light energy. Okay, that changes into the light energy, which produces the light when we switch on the torch. Now the solar energy is stored in the plants during respiration in the form of light energy. Okay, the solar energy which is stored in the plants during respiration. Thus, the chemical energy is stored in the plants during respiration. In the form of light energy. No, it is stored in the form of ATP, because during respiration what happens, the chemical energy of the food which converts into energy, and that changes that is stored inside the body when it is burnt. When the plants respire, they take in oxygen, which breaks the chemical energy, which breaks the food into produce the chemical energy which is stored in the plants in the form of ATP. Okay. Now, in these days, energy is measured in calories and not in joules. Energy is measured in these days in joules, not in calories. Okay, now differentiate between the following: potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy contained in an object by the virtue of its position, whereas kinetic energy is present in the object which is due to the property of its motion, bringing it to in motion. Now, potential energy cannot be transferred between objects, whereas kinetic energy can be transferred between objects. Potential energy formula is mgh, which directly depends on mass and height and gravitational force, that is, and height. Kinetic energy's formula is half mv square. It depends on mass and velocity. Now, potential energy, this is the energy stored at a height, and kinetic energy stored when it is the energy which moves. Example of potential energy is stretched rubber band. Kinetic energy example is moving car or bus. Okay. Now, difference between work and energy. Okay. So, work, the amount of energy transferred from when an object is moved by an external force, and energy is the capacity to do work. In work there is only one type of work, whereas in energy there are many types of energy are there: solar energy, heat energy, magnetic energy, etc. Now, work is an effect, whereas energy is the cause. Okay. So, I stop here. I'll discuss the rest of the question answers in my next video. If you have any doubt, write in the comment box. And if you like the video, press the like button. And if you are a new viewer to my channel, or if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe so that you can get the notification of my next video. Thank you.